Deidara vs. Sai. The Valley of Explosions. Wind brushing across broken stone in this quiet valley. High above jagged cliffs, Deidara floats lazily on a clay bird, legs crossed as if the giant valley beneath him were nothing more than a canvas. His long blonde hair drifts in the wind as his palm mouths chewed slowly on fresh clay. Below him stood Sai, brush already in hand, a scroll unrolled at his feet. Deidara smirks. Another artist? This could be interesting, tilting his head slightly. I don't fight for art. Fight to win. Sai replied calmly. Deidara laughs. Oh, you'll learn. Art is victory. With a flick of Deidara's wrist, several tiny clay spiders drop from his palm, scattering across the rocks below. Then a chain of violent explosions erupted in the ground, stone fragments blasting into the air. Sai leapt backward, dragging his brush across the scroll in one fluid motion. Super Beast Scroll. Ink surged from the scroll, forming a massive white and black ink tiger. It lunges forward, roaring as it races toward the sky. Deidara's grin widened. How adorable! The clay in his palms churned faster. A massive C2 dragon formed, spreading enormous clay wings, roaring to life with chakra beneath Deidara. Dozens of clay bombs launched like missiles from C2 dragon's mouth. They tear through air with terrifying speed. The ink tiger leapt upward. An explosion ripped through its chest. A second explosion obliterates its head. Black ink rained down across the valley like blood. Ink remains splatter across rocks. His explosives are stronger than expected. Sai watched. The C2 clay dragon circled overhead like a predator. Art. Excitedly, Deidara said, voice echoing through the valley. An explosion. Deidara's C2 clay dragon unleashed another barrage of explosions, forcing Sai to dodge constantly as boulders shatter around him, ripping across the cliffside. Sai sketches quickly again. Ink serpents, ink birds, a defensive ink colossal wall. Each ink construct was blown apart seconds later. The valley quickly became a graveyard of burning ink and shattered rock. Sai's eyes narrowed. He's keeping distance intentionally. Above him, Deidara lounged comfortably on the clay dragon's neck mockingly. Surely that's not all you've got? Sai rolled his scroll and painted again. A large ink bird burst from the scroll and formed beneath him. With a powerful flap, it launches Sai straight into the sky. The wind lets off a powerful wave as Sai's ink bird soared upward rapidly. The distance between both assassins shrank. Deidara's C2 dragon snarled and opened its jaws. Dozens of clay bombs shot towards Sai like meteorites. The sky erupted. Explosions ripped through the clouds as Sai's bird zigzagged desperately through the barrage of explosions. Fragments of burning clay whizzed past his face. One explosion struck dangerously close, catching Sai's scroll pouch. It explodes apart, sending torn scrolls spinning through the smoke and sky. Sai pressed forward. Deidara frowned slightly. Persistent? Then Sai did something unexpected. He jumped midair, spiraling off his ink bird, straight downwards towards Deidara. His ink bird was instantly obliterated behind him by an explosion. Sai vanished into a cloud of smoke and fire. Deidara squinted. Sai bursts out of the explosion cloud like a phantom. The torn scroll wrapping around his arm unraveled through the air. Whipping forward, it coiled tightly around Deidara's arm before he could react. Sai landed directly on the clay dragon beside Deidara. Sai's blade flashes, cutting cleanly through Deidara's wrist. The severed hand fell. There was silence. Then Sai noticed something. Deidara wasn't screaming, he wasn't even reacting. The severed hand crumbled into clay. Sai's eyes widened. A clone. Cracks spread across Deidara's body like shattered pottery. Hovering above on a smaller clay bird, watching with amusement. Did you really think I'd let you get that close? Art requires sacrifice. The real Deidara says. The C2 dragon detonates. Sai jumps instantly, ink splashes across the air as Sai drew again mid-fall.
Super Beast Scroll? A small hawk formed beneath Sai just as the C2 dragon exploded in a massive aerial blast. The shockwave hurled Sai across the valley like a ragdoll, crashing hard into the ground, rolling across broken stone. The ink hawk dissolved beneath him after taking the brunt of Sai's landing. Sai coughing, struggling to stand. The valley was almost unrecognizable now. Massive craters scarred the earth, smoke drifted everywhere. Sai looks up, wiping dust off his face. Deidara stood calmly on a cliff edge, clay bird hovering beside him. "You're relying too much on distance," mutters Sai. Deidara laughs, his palms began chewing clay again. "Distance is exactly what makes my art beautiful." Suddenly the air around Sai began to shimmer strangely. Tiny particles floated through the smoke. Invisible, unnoticeable. Deidara inhaled deeply. C4 Karura. The microscopic clay bombs spread silently across the battlefield like deadly dust. Sai felt something strange, a faint prickling sensation. "You won't even see it coming." Deidara's grin widens. Sai realized too late what was happening. The microscopic explosives had already entered his body through the air. Deidara snapped his fingers. For a split second, Sai's body froze, time itself sweating. Then the explosions erupted inside Sai. Tiny bursts of destruction tear through his chakra network and organs simultaneously. Sai collapses to both his knees. Deidara floats closer, watching calmly. "A Chen, thought you could match my art?" Deidara arrogantly asks. Sai looks up weakly. "Next time I'll aim for your head." Deidara chuckles. "I'll keep that in mind." A final microscopic detonation rippling through Sai's body. Silence returned to the valley. The smoke slowly drifted away, revealing the devastation left behind. Deidara looked over the battlefield proudly. Craters, burned cliffs, shattered stone, a masterpiece of destruction. "Now that is art." Deidara smiles proudly. Sai is gone, his ink brushes broken, his constructs annihilated. Deidara's mobility, long-range explosive mastery, and tactical brilliance ensured victory. Sai's attempts to close distance were clever but ultimately futile. The horror of the battle lies not in Sai's death but in the totality of destruction. The way Deidara's art literally reshaped the battlefield and erased any hope of survival.